Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Susan for SLC Aquatics Fish Room, coming to you live from the fish room today. Hope everybody's having a good Tuesday. And I got interrupted with a phone call on Fish Room Fever's live stream, so I didn't get to see him sign off and say goodbye. So I'm gonna have to go back and watch the replay. Wanted to come to you all tonight about updates on the 55 gallon, also updates on the 20 gallon and its substrate that I capped with 2 inches of black sand, and we might do some TDS testing today since I got a TDS meter for my birthday from Corona Ken. I will be bringing some guppies to the Fish Club meeting this Saturday in Hoover, and some are asking about that meeting, and it is a foundation meeting, so we're trying to get established as a club. The organizer, Bobby George, has already registered the Birmingham Aquarium Club, and so that part's official. I guess he might be doing some foundational things, maybe electing officers and stuff like that, and setting up when we will be having regular meetings, how we might be having guest speakers come in, etc., etc. So we're looking forward to that meeting. We have several coming from out of state that will be visiting and joining us at that club and at that club meeting. And so I look forward to that. I'm going to have to, I've had problems with my chat tonight, so I'm going to have to go over and look at the chat on YouTube and try to follow that from there. Let's go to the top and say hi to ER Aquatics, Rockford Fish Keeping, HC Aqua, BCFR Aquatics, Chevy Fish, Mad Fish Diva, Angie, aka Mrs. B, Recon Aquariums. We got Jay Jr. in the house. We got Peplin Creek Aquatics. We got Daniel Keeping Fish. We got Punchy Paints, Chewy Ltd, Redfish Bluefish. We got Shay Gal, Mrs. Fever. So good to see you, girl. Sand Creek Aquatics, Rose Aquatics, Mr. B's Fishing Things. Hashtag Fish Rich Bob. Alex Breeding Fish, the Zen Ginger, Fish Keeper Coles in the house. Wow, y'all are just blessing me tonight. Sean OOTD in the house. Oh, okay. Hashtag Fish Rich Bob. You all are string bombing me. Yep, from hashtag Fish Rich Bob. That's cute. William Pridemore, Scott's Aquatics. We've got Deborah Sanders in the house. Storm Riders Aquatics. And wow. GRB Aquatics is in the house. Hello. And so glad to have you all with us tonight. And I hope y'all haven't gotten tired of waiting for your newsletter, because it will be coming out. I've been hindered in working on it, so I am still working on the newsletter. It will be out sometime this month. Friday night we have a Valentine banquet at the church, and then Saturday is the fish club. So in between the hours, I'm going to find some time. You know how you get proud of your fish room when you finally get caught up with all of your water changes, all of your maintenance, all of your culling. I've had quite an adventure with the goldfish ponds outside. So I have not been around the back of the house, because I have a feeling that the old preform is full and running over with rainwater, and so I want to do another pH test. I want to put soil in it, and I want to cap it with sand, and I want to put it full of plants, and I will be fertilizing it with some of Corey's Aquarium Cop Easy Green, and I'm going to just let nature have its way, and I probably will add some kind of fish in it this spring once the temperatures get, a little uh, stabilized. Let me kick this. Did I see Father Fish come in, or we got Fish Tropics that came in? We got Teresa Cookie that came in. Wow, guys, y'all are just blessing me. You're hitting that like button. We got 37 watching now, and we got 27 likes. Yes, yesterday was my birthday, so I am very proud and thankful to the Lord to still be here with you guys. We got V-Stag in the house. Let me go back up. Hey, Victor. We got Silly Susie in the house. I'm here too. Corey's Exotic Creatures in the house. Hello. How are y'all doing? Long time no see, Susan. Yes, it is, Corey. Good to have you with us tonight. Hope you're doing well. Hope your bird's doing good. Madfish Diva says that, hi, Mrs. B. Melvin, a.k.a. Troublemaker. GBR, Rockford, everybody. She's saying, hands cramping. We got Alex breeding fish in the house. Hello, Alex. So I did get you caught up a little bit, and I'm going to have to set up this other camera and see if we can go to it. Rockford Fish Keeping says, do you ever have problems with snails getting cooked on your heaters? No, I do not. I have had bad luck with that this past month. Lost 4 snails. It seems like they need to get a brain, don't they? Do we have Father Fish in here? Peplin Creek Aquatics, hashtag Father Fish. Hello, Peplin. Mr. Fish Sir, welcome to the stream. This is the first time I've seen you in a long time on my channel. I want to make sure I went over and I think I subscribed to you a while ago. I sure did. And I did not know that you were here in Alabama, sir. So I'm glad to have you here as a fellow Alabamian. And come on up from Tuscaloosa and visit us this Saturday at the Hoover Library in the Fitzgerald Room at 11 a.m. And it is on 200 Municipal Drive in Hoover, Alabama. Fish Tropic Jason saying happy birthday. Thank you. I didn't have a birthday hat. I'm sending via Postmates. Wow. Happy birthday, Susan, and hi, everybody. Hey, Chattanooga Ed. Scott's Aquatics again. I'm sorry, everybody, I'm repeating. We got D. Gray in the house. Wow, I found you. Hello, Chewy, and all of the great North. Oh, this is awesome. Such a wonderful, wonderful, warm greeting from everybody. Tiffany White is in the house. Hello and happy belated birthday, Susan. Thank you, Tiffany. Snails never stop breeding, so I would imagine it didn't do much to the population. Yeah, only 3 or 4. But I don't know which snails he's talking about. I don't know if it's his mystery snails or his ram's horn snails, or what kind of snails, Rockford Fish Keeping, are you losing? I lose ram's horns all the time, And I think I OD'd mine on calcium the other day because my brown and pink ram's horn snails had turned solid white after eating a Tums. I did not. I will have to look at it a little bit. Okay, I don't know who's talking to who, what, when, and where. Chevy Fish says hashtag Fish Rich Bob. And hey, Father Fish. Yes, Father Fish, welcome to the stream tonight. Gerardo Rivera. Hola, Susan. Hola, Gerardo. ¿Cómo estás? Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y tú? Chewy is talking to Ed, and Kaler's Aquatics has got an interesting gene in his magentas that he has to cull. Hint, hint, right? I wish I was cool like Mr. Gray. Okay, Rockford Fish Keeping says, I'm almost official. I posted my first sale on GCCA Greater Chicago Land Cichlid Association, the Baby Blood Red Jewels. Whoop, 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 whoop. Congratulations. Mob Guppy on Monday, yes. Fish Tropic Gray, what happened to the Rick show? Yeah, what happened to the Rick show? And Doug trolled me while I was working last night. Hey, Bob. Nerite is the only snail that I buy. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that because I love Nerite snails. They are so beautiful. I don't have any in my fish room right now, but when I first got started with that 5-gallon and that betta, I had a beautiful Nerite snail, and she ended up crawling out of the tank, and she cracked her shell and died. So I don't know why they would be getting on the heater and you know not having enough sense to get off of the heater. I don't know. I feed ram's horns to my South American cichlids, Corey says. Did you stop Bob Kaler from going back to Walmart for the hot women? Okay, let's keep it PG. Gerardo says, hit that like button. Yes, thank you, everybody. Not
me.
Not you. You're not going to hit the like button? ER Aquatics says, those endlers we were talking about dropped fry last night and send you some springtime. Awesome, cool beans. That would be nice. Never been to Walmart, Doug, Kaler says. And Gerardo says, muy bien. Gracias. Bueno. Rockford says, you use Tums. Would any antacid work? I don't know. Anything that's got calcium in it that doesn't have other chemicals in it, like copper and such. I use Tums every once in a while. Chevy Fish said to Susan, just wishing you a happy birthday again. Thank you, Chevy Fish. Thank you so much, guys. I'm 61. Last year was the big 6-0. And I'm getting closer to 65 every day. The Lord willing and I'm able, I'll make it. Let's see. What in the world? Ed, you worry about the wrong thing, Bob says. I noticed you put guppies in the pond, LOL. Doug, stay off my throne. Yes, I do put guppies in the pond, but not with the goldfish. I have a 20-gallon tub, 40-gallon tub, and now I have the preform out back that I had to take out of commission for the goldfish because it had a slow leak in it. It was losing about a 1/4 inch of water a day. So it's a preform, supposed to be in the ground, and I had it on top of a rug, an insulated rug, and on my porch, and it lasted, I don't know, 2.5, 3 years, 3 years, maybe 2 years, 3 years. Congrats on your GCCA post. Yes, Chevy Fish says. Still young. You're still a young lass, Susan. Thank you, Bob. I'm trying. Woo, Fancy Tail Aquatic Scott is in the house. Hello, Mr. Scott. Late like usual. Happy birthday. And Susan is a blessing. Thank you, Scott. And I am so glad everything finally worked out. And if you want to do any updates later on, all you got to do is hit me up. My sister hits 50 tomorrow, Chattanooga Ed says. Well, congratulations to her on the 12th. All right. Happy birthday to your sister. Being a member of the IFGA, people should know, especially if they like guppies, since he knows my two mentors, Susan Chewy. There's a link. Thank you so much. Fish Room Fever, James is in the house. Hey, James. Sorry, I got a phone call at the end and it bumped me. And when I came back, it was just buffering. So I assume you had logged off. Rockford Fish Keeping says, thanks to Chevy Fish, they have to approve it yet. And I priced them to go fast, I hope, at $2 each. Oh, yeah. Gerardo Rivera says, any new fish in for your birthday? No new fish for my birthday. Rod and I went to the World of Wheels here in Birmingham, and that's something that we do every other year. Hoping to catch something new. We ran into some wonderful people who have done some modifications to their classic vehicles, and they were so proud to pull us aside, show us their little tricks, their little bells and whistles, and kind of just brag on their hard work. And I enjoy that. I love doing that with Rod. We see a lot of wonderful classic cars and some new souped up cars. They even souped up a Rolls Royce, and they had the Rolls Royce SUV there that starts at $350,000. And motorcycles, and they have a wonderful play area for the kids. Classic fire trucks, the old Munsters, Grandpa's hearse, drag racing hearse, coffin, and I love stuff like that. So that's what I did for my birthday. No new fish as of yet. Fancy Tail Aquatics says, Bob, I will catch up on your unopening. The website is looking nice. Yes, check out fancytailaquatics.com on your web. He is now live after holding his domain name for 2 years. We got it going, didn't we, Scott? And he's a shapeshifter. Oh, wow. Gerardo, oh, that's sweet. Thank you. Oh, I missed it. My cousin's daughter is 1 year older than I am. That happens sometimes, doesn't it? And please remember to hit the like button. Madfish Diva says, thank you. Madfish Diva, I'm going to take this opportunity to give you an invitation for us to do a collab together real soon, okay? Tampa Tom Fishing. Hey, Tampa Tom, how are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. We got Nathan Alexander, 43, watching. Hit those likes. Come on, guys. Let's get it up to 50. Share it out. Let's just, the more the merrier. And because I'm getting ready to start showing you all the updates for my 55 and my 20. And my new, you remember I had some oops happen to my guppy strain, and I've been working on different strains. Well, I now have fish that are reproducing themselves into 3 different colors. And so I've got 3 different strains going from that mutt guppy colony. My American green deltas are still doing well. The males are getting old and dragging their tails, but the females are still reproducing fry, and I'm real proud that colony has finally taken off, and as long as I keep the water change going, they are doing well, and I will soon be changing the substrate in that tank. Right now it's a bottomless tank. It's got nothing but globs and globs of Java moss in it, and that's the only plants that's in it. But I've already taken some of the moss out, and it's just filled the tank back up again. Doug, back to your closet. Can't bring this. Okay. Alex Breeding Fish is in the house. Hello, Alex. Full Moon Aquatics is in the house. Hello, dear. All right. Let me see what I can do. I'm going to switch over to the camera and see where it's at, because I didn't do any preliminary setup. Let's go to scene 2, everybody. And of course, it's crooked. So we're going to start. Not good lighting. That is the colony of the American green deltas. And if you want to see better lighting for them, I do have plenty of video up on SLC Aquatics and on my channel. Over here, guys, is the 20 gallon that I capped the gravel with 2 inches of the black sand, sandblasting sand. And everyone is doing well. I have lost a couple females, I think due to age. And the Cory cats are doing well. Their barbs are fine. No cuts, no tears, no cutbacks, no snags, no trims. But as you see, a lot of ram's horn snail death right now. But I do think that Henry, my yo-yo loach, has been on the scene again. Because, you know, every once in a while he'll go through and eat a few ram's horns. That's what yo-yo loaches are good for. Okay, I'm going to try to come over here and set up the camera for the 55, excuse me. Alrighty. I'm going to take this off. I set it up for my phone, so now I got to take the phone mount off. The rainbow fish that I have living still looks bad, and right now he's kind of skimming the surface, acting like he can't breathe. But I really don't expect him to live long. He went through a lot of changes, and he also had some ammonia burn. Let me see if this is going to be all right. No. So let's raise it up. It's a little crooked, guys. Sorry about that. But the angel fish, she's being kind of territorial. Every time the rainbow fish gets too close, sometimes she'll go up and bump him. But as you see, he's back there swimming with the denison barbs, kind of in a lazy circle. His color never has come back up. And if y'all want me to, sorry, I heard you, Susan. I was getting dinner for the little one. I'd love to do a collab. Great Madfish Diva. Lord, help us to find the right schedule for both of us. Oh, the festivities are Saturday, not Sunday. That's right, Bob. Saturday, February the 15th at 11 a.m. so I shouldn't talk about all the Dems roaming my neighborhood this week because of the primary. Oh, no, we don't want to talk about that. um, hey, Melvin. Kaylor says, Gerardo says, oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's been a rough battle. I still do not know what happened to the aquarium unless the substrate just started expelling, when your substrate just starts going bad. And Father Fish says, cap it with sand. I've capped it with a 1/2 inch of black sand, and I have not capped it with another 1/2 inch yet. I keep saying I'm going to, but my work schedule has been, really kind of crazy. And when I think I have time, something else comes up. So anyway, I love that big old snail. That came from James Fish Room Fever. That's the biggest mystery snail I've ever seen, which makes me wonder, is it a mystery snail or an apple snail? I think it's a mystery snail because they keep laying eggs on my polycarbonate lids. I have had some hatch out, James, but like over in the crayfish tank, I think the crayfish are eating them. And then, well, I hope I'm back. And if everybody that's been with me very long, they already know what's happened. That my blue screen of death popped up and my computer rebooted itself. So I'm just now getting back live. I'm sorry that you will be buffering for a few seconds. And it says I'm still live, so yay. Gotta make sure it's muted. But that's what's going on with the 55. Everybody's happy, but everybody's happy, but the rainbow fish, and it is the last one that I have, and I will not be getting any more anytime soon. So is everybody hearing me okay? And it's Hobbies in the House, Fishy Biz Aquatics. Hey, now I'm back. Yep, be great. Just rained here for a few days. No snow. Sorry about that. Laptop rebooted. That was me changing from top chat to live chat. And if you want to go back, we'll go back to the 55. I really want to go get back into angelfish breeding, and I'm going to get a Blackmore goldfish from Caleb's Aquatics, and I'm going to get some of his koi angelfish. So that's what's going on with the 55. If you want me to perform a TDS test, I will do it live. Audio, video, good. Thank you, Zen Ginger. Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Full Moon Aquatics. Yes, loud and clear. I appreciate it. Yeah, one day I'm going to get this laptop to the Gig Squad, or Rod said check out Office Depot. What's going on? Alarm going off? Oh, somebody had set the house alarm. Okay. And I have a nice TDS meter that I got for my birthday. Corona Ken sent it to me. So if y'all want to see what the TDS is in the 55, I'll switch it over, and I'll try not to get tangled up with my mic. And we all know that TDS is just a reading of total dissolved solids. I don't know how I'm going to do this. total dissolved solids. So right now it's reading 302, and I've got the temperature set at about 80. And it's reading 81. Okay. So 302 TDS is a little high, so I do know I just did a water change on Saturday. It was low from evaporation, and I took out another 4 gallons. So I would say I changed maybe 20% of the water. Anybody else? What is a good TDS average? Deborah Sanders. Hey, Deborah Sanders. Big J's in the house. Big Kid Jake's in the house. I really don't know. I'm still learning about the scale, but the bottom line is the higher the number, the more solids dissolved. Remember, it's dissolved solids that is in your water column. And the next thing that I need to do is test the pH, the nitrites, pH, nitrates, and ammonia. And that would be done with the API Master Test Kit. And anyway, it annoys me when a fish does that, but there's nothing that I can do for it right now. Okay, my tap water is 330 TDS. My goodness. I have not tested my tap water. Anna's hobbies, I suppose I should get a meter. I've always wanted to have one, and Corona Ken watched the replay on one of my live streams, and he got me one for my birthday, and I just felt like a kid in a candy store. You can't really rely totally on TDS. You must test for your pH. Scott says, I got to work on my pH meter video and calibration at some point. My TDS, I think, is in the 220s on most tanks. And if y'all watched my last video on the pond, the rainwater TDS was 18. But when I said that my pH was 6.0, it was really lower than 6.0. It was acid rain ND. And I don't have any way to register below 6.0, but you can tell from the water that was in the bottle, it was very light, very light. So anyway, it was lower than 6.0 on the pH. And I also did pH, TDS, and temperature checks on my 20 gallon, my 40 gallon, my new 150 stock tub, and I also did pH and TDS on the pond that was full of rainwater. My tap's about 230. Wow, I need to check. Let's see if I got something I can pour this into. Y'all got me curious. I need a measuring cup because I'm not going to drink after it. I'm drinking water. And this is tap water. Okay. Cut down my supply for a test. Huh. Y'all wouldn't believe this. Now what we do, what Rod and I do, that's my tap water. But what we do is we pour into our water bottles from the spigot, and then we leave it out to dechlorinate. Let the chlorine evaporate out of it because it has a lot of chlorine in it. That's interesting. 90, what was it, 94? The tap water will off gas, so should read lower than about 24 hours sitting. Okay, that's what happened. That's not a direct right out of the tap. That one's been sitting probably, we do it at 8 o'clock in the morning and probably bottle it up about 5. So it's been probably 8 or 9 hours gassing off, and it's at 94. So we have to gas ours off because the chlorine is just, I can't take the chlorine that's in our drinking water. Diva stuttering. Scott says, please hit the like button. Thank you, Scott Aquatics. Scott's Aquatics. Fish Kid Jake, have you heard about the sand waterfall hack? No. Seen sand waterfalls. Aren't they cool, Bob? I agree, those are cool. There is a channel that just does those. That's right, Bob. Deborah Sanders says, my tap is 74, tank is 288 after adding crushed coral a couple weeks ago. I've never tested mine, Fish Kid Jake says. Chewy says, nowadays, Fish Kid Jake, you have to test your water for everything. There are so many pollutants in the water systems nowadays. That's true, Chewy. And we can use our API master test kit to test our drinking water. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I know I've tested it for nitrates, and it came up 5 ppm nitrates. In ammonia, it had 0 ammonia in it. I have not tested it for nitrites. I need to get the GH and the KH test. I need some other mineral tests. That website that I brought to you all a couple weeks ago on why we test our water, why we need to know what our pH and our nitrates and our ammonia is doing. Excuse me. Chevy says I couldn't see the TDS screens. Sorry, Chevy. It was reading 94. 94. But that's after what Scott at Fancy Tail Aquatics says, a gas off. We pour hot water into our water bottles and we let them gas off all day. And then in the evening, we cap them and put them in the refrigerator. TDS only tells you that there are things in the water. Fish keeper cold. Hey, Fish keeper cold. Not what they are. That's true. It tells you there's minerals there. So you know a good water change will bring the TDS down, but you still don't know what dissolved solids you took out of your water without testing your nitrates, your ammonia, your phosphorus, your pH, etc. I don't drink Philly water. I filter it through an Aquasana thing. Our water has been messed up for years. Rose Aquatic says, I test my tap water before I do water changes, and I was very surprised. Yeah, the only thing that really bugs me is when you already know there's nitrates in your drinking water, your tap water, and you're having a nitrate issue. It takes so many water changes for a long period of time to get your aquarium back down into what we call a safe zone. 5 ppm, no more than 20 ppm. Chewy says he's drank water out of the city of Calgary. The city did not even put chlorine in the water until 1976. Wow. Ro, did you hear Alabama is Saturday and not Sunday? Yeah, Ro, it's Saturday, the 15th. We all need to look at our calendars. Ken's Fish has a real good master test kit from Hagen Phosphate, calcium nitrate, nitrite, ammonia pH high range, pH low range, carbonate hardness, general hardness, and iron. Thank you, Rockford Fish Keeping. That's Ken's Fish by Hagen. Yeah, I've seen that one. And I believe that was on my website that I brought to you all about 3 weeks ago. Chewy says I would still drink from the Bow River in the national park as it runs off the glacier. It's better than the chemicals they put in it nowadays. Isn't that something? Nice natural minerals. Fish Kid Jake says, what's the best app or website for live streaming? We go through, if you're under 100 subs, Fish Kid Jake, you cannot stream from your phone, so you will have to have a laptop or a computer. We use YouTube's Go Live. Some of us are using the StreamYard browser app, and there are other free apps out there, like I think I downloaded a YouTube Live app. I have an Apple phone. Kayla says YouTube or StreamYard, Fishkeeper Cole. Is Streamlabs good? Streamlabs is good, but you have to go through YouTube with your Streamlabs, and you have to be on a laptop or a computer to do it. Never heard of it, Jay. Yes, Bob, I knew it was on Saturday, Rose said. Great. Be right back. Dog potty time, Rockford Fish Keeping says. Kaler's Aquatics, 1,000 subs. Is it 1,000 subs you have to have in order to stream from your phone now? Wow. So why do we add fertilizer for our plants that adds nitrates, Chevy says? Because plants consume nitrates to be healthy. So this is a smart thing that I learned before adding fertilizers to my aquarium. If you already have, please test your water before you add ferts. Please. If you already have high nitrates in your aquarium, do not add ferts without first doing at least a 20% water change. Still, do not add fertilizers until you test your aquarium water a few hours after a water change. I would wait till the next day. If you are still running high nitrates, which you probably will be, do not add fertilizers because fertilizers have nitrates. Okay? My 55-gallon that you all saw, and I'm going to show it to you again, has had very few ferts ever. I've put a couple capsules in the sand, okay? You see how lush those Amazon swords are? And the Java fern. The Java fern is going almost up to the water column. That's almost 21 inches long. I also have valves in there that are they go across the whole top of the aquarium with no ferts. Why? Because I do not clean my substrate. I do not gravel back my black sand. Let me see. G. Gray says, I'm afraid to live stream. My internal sensor ran away 20 years ago. Daniel Keeping Fish said he shouted you out in his video he posted today. RLC did? All right. Thank you so much, Daniel. I will check it out. I really will. I know he's getting ready to turn his garage into a fish room, so I'm excited about that. But I'll check him out. Thank you, Daniel. Grats on your first stream yesterday, Cole. Okay, Cole, congratulations. I got to go look it up. You can use StreamYard regardless of sub count. Go 90 subs. Got 90 subs, and it works just fine on Google on my phone. Okay, Fish Keeper Cole, thank you for those words of knowledge. Full Moon Aquatics says, anybody streaming after Susan tonight, gotta go ghost to walk dog and dinner time. Full Moon Aquatics, the lineup after me is Chris at Multi Tank Addictions. Then we have Mike at the Fish Tank Barn. And then we have Dr. Black 66 after Fish Tank Barn. That's the lineup for Tuesdays. And James at Fish Room Fever went in Melvin's spot before me. Don't ever use ferts if you use well water. It turns out bad for months. Remember my algae and my 55? Oh, yes. I forgot you were on well water, too. I know Streamlabs works for under 1,000 on an iPad, but only locally, not remote, I don't think. Gnarly Fish Tanks is in the house. What size tank is that, Susan? That is a 55-gallon. That is the largest aquarium that I have in the house. Now outside I have a 150-gallon stock tank that is housing 8 common goldfish. I have a 20-gallon tub and I have a 40-gallon tub, and the out back, if it's still holding water, is 125 preform pond that I'm going to plant and use as a plant grower. And I want some cold water minnows, but during the spring and summer I will be able to put guppies out there, and I'm going to work further on my strains that I am developing. It's not completely cleaned out, but I wanted to show you all my my blues, my blue mosaics. And I want to see if y'all like them as much as I do. If the camera doesn't fall off the tripod. Okay. I still have some yellows, and I think there's one little red guy in there. But when the males come to the front of the screen, you can see their blues. The females are still really good size. See if I can move it a little closer without making you dizzy. I'm going to have to hold it. There's a red one. I need to get the red one. And there's a yellow one in there I need to get out. There's a yellow one with a gold body. I need to get him out. There's a pretty blue guy down here in the bottom. Right here. And here's a blue guy. Almost purple. But I'm getting blues there. And come with me. Over here are my reds. My reds and my oranges. And everybody's starting to breed true, and that's exciting. I got a couple little blue guys I want to take out of there. And then down here, I'm just going to take the camera off of the tripod. Please hold on to your seats. It gets a little rocky. But this is the strain that James Lathan brought to me from Illinois. I believe he got them from Twin City Guppies. I'm not sure. But this is the Tuxedo Red Koi Panda Guppy. The females are all plump, but no one has dropped any fry yet, so I'm going to bump the heat up on the heater and start feeding them some freeze-dried bloodworms and freeze-dried brine shrimp to get them stimulated to give birth. Sometimes just raising the temperature is all they need. But anyway, I'm going to switch it back over because I know I got y'all going crazy here. Sorry about that. I'm going to come back to the chat here in a few seconds. I got to scroll up because I know I've missed y'all chatting, maybe asking questions. All right. I went too far. Okay. TDS only tells you that there are things in the water. Yeah. Okay. Coming on back down. All right. Anybody streaming? Okay. However, in Alberta and British Columbia, we do not get acid rain, which can add nitrates, by the way, Susan, to your water. By the way. Okay. So when I test that rainwater, I'm going to test the TDS, the pH, and the nitrates. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Somebody asked, why can't you stream? Love the Denison Barbs. Thank you, Gnarly Fish Tanks. I think it was Jake was asking, why can't we stream from our phone on YouTube under 1,000 subs? Because that's their rules. Yes, I believe the same with ferts and plants. I do use iron though. Yeah, if you're having plants that need iron, you have to know your plant. You have to know what its nourishment requirements are most of the plants in that 55 just need nitrates. They are root feeders. The only thing that's a column feeder, water column feeder. I think the swords are water column and root feeders because of their leaves absorb so much nitrates and their roots as well. So there's a combination. The vows are root feeders. The Java ferns are root. They have rhizomes, so they are water column feeders. I do have some chain swords in there as well, and Anubias. And Anubias is a water column feeder, and their roots, they do get some nourishment from their roots, but you cannot bury their rhizomes. You will kill the plant. Fish Tank Barn, Mike's in the house. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? You can use Streamlabs mobile under 1K. Used on a network and Wi-Fi. Okay, Mike, thanks. Very nice, Susan. Thank you, Gnarly. My dad is never mind. He planted the idea of 110 gallon for autumns and discus. Are y'all buffering? Am I buffering on your end, y'all? I'm working on gold white clouds at the moment, Gnarly says. Yes, that's what I want to put in my pond once I get it established in the back. And then I also may want to put them in the 40 gallon or the 20 gallon. I'm not sure. Back to lurker mode, Fish Tank Barn. Okay, Mike. I know you got a lot of setting up to do. Thanks for coming by. Tom Patterson, I know a few plant keepers on well water that does spurts. It depends on what's in your well water, too. It really does. Silly Susie says, Susan, put the yellow one with a blue female. With a few blue females. I want some emerald or green, grass green guppies. Yeah, I can do that. I didn't show you this one behind me. I lost the big male, but these are my yellow mosaics. I don't have any green. I did have some beautiful mint green, but James in Illinois got a lot of them, so you might want to hit him up. I'll see if he'll share his email with everybody, so y'all can hit him up. He took 10 or 11 bags of fish. Bumped my head on that tripod box set. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let's see, chewy. I would stay away from bloodworms due to a lot of columnaris reports from people, yeah, with the frozen Daphnia instead. Yeah, I do have some freeze-dried bloodworms from a very good source, and she knows that they were raised without fish. So as long as the bloodworms, the Daphnia, and the shrimp are raised away from fish, a lot of times they don't have, if the water source is pure, they don't have any camellanus worms. I know a lot of people use it, so maybe there's a secret to it. Haven't heard that, Chewy. Bob, it is true. And actually, 3 or 4 years ago, I heard about it. If they're not raised with fish, they usually don't carry any worms with them. My guppies don't really eat freeze-dried, either live or frozen or flank foods, only they are spoiled, D. Gray says. Anna says, I haven't heard that either, Chewy. but I have, and so I will confirm what he says. Um, Even Daphnia can have camel anus worms in it if it's raised with fish, but if it's not raised with fish, they usually don't carry any kind of parasite. Frozen bloodworms have been related to the issue, not freeze dried. I've heard it on a few streams lately, Bob Kaler. Okay. I would still stay away from the bloodworms due to a lot of reports. Thank you, Chewy. I let's see, my chat I think jumped again. Oh, I'm going to start selling my well water to plant people. Ha ha. Brand name was not mentioned, however, Bob. What about lace plants? I don't do any lace plants, Gerardo. I've never had them in my aquarium. I know certain plants don't do well in my aquarium, so there is a mineral missing in my water that I didn't have ferts at the time and had some melt back, and I'm quite pleased that one of the plants that Corona Ken gave me that looked like it was going to melt away. I believe they're a type of sword. I think they're a chain sword. Got a few more minutes here. Use Droid Cam. No buffering here. Great. See, I'm real behind. 6:49. I'm about 5 or 6 minutes behind. Daniel says I got 60 gold white clouds in my 80G. Planning on bringing it up to 100. Always wanted to do a big tank of it. That sounds so nice, Daniel. Mr. Fish, sir, Susan, what kind of Cory catfish do you have? I have the peppered Cory catfish, and I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but on darker substrate, they become almost black. On lighter substrate, you can really see their peppering pattern on their bodies. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I have 5 breeding sets at this time. I'm getting ready to sell one of my sets back here to one of our fish fam people that's local to me. It's 6 foot long and looks great, Daniel says. I bet it does. You need to share a video, Daniel, and if you have, let me know and I'll go look for it. Rockford fish keeping. What about lace plants? I have 4 now and all growing like gangbusters, and they haven't died off and come back yet like everyone says they do. Yours could have been well established underwater. It totally makes sense though, because some birds and fish carry parasites, and that is what biologists fear the most about introductions. Easy to get out a 3-foot snake head. Rose says the Madagascar lace plant naturally melt and they come back. But Rockford says his hasn't. Is the tank planted, Daniel? Chevy fish. So now what do I do with 3 packs of frozen bloodworms? I thought it was only live food. How do I check this, or is there any even a way? Chevy fish. Somebody want to answer that question? What's the agenda Saturday? I have no idea, Bob. I know it's a foundation meeting. He probably will be voting or electing officers. We will be probably discussing how often we will meet, any dues or membership fees that we would charge. You know, this is a first meeting, so we will also be having fish and plants to swap and sell. He didn't say that there would be an auction, and I'm not sure if there's going to be a guest speaker yet. He didn't create a flyer. He's just trying to get, this is a starter up meeting. So I think they tried 2 or 3 years ago and it failed. So we're really hoping and praying now that the people will become interested and want to participate and make it worthwhile. I know I've been trying. I tried a meeting last January and 5 people showed up, but we also had bad weather. We had tornado warnings. So that's all I know, Bob. If you want to check out the group on Facebook, let me see if I don't have it open anymore. Let me go over here and open up Facebook, and then I'll pull up the club, the group. The group is here. Copy. Come back to the chat and paste it in. Now this is the group on Facebook. If anybody wants to go there, look for the event. I should have opened up the event. Events. And you can ask any question that you want at the event, okay? On Facebook. Copy. I'm sorry. I'm slow at this. Okay? Does that help, Bob? I saw that stream in January. Thanks, Bob. It was fun. It might have been goofy, but it was fun. Do you have any corridors or other fish, chevy fish, that are susceptible to colmenares? Is more the issue. Frozen bloodworms are great for zebra plecos too. Excuse me. Rose says, sounds good to me, Bob. What did Bob say, Rose? D, down the wormhole. Hey, D. So what did Bob say? After the meeting, LFS visit, your fish room? Everybody's welcome to come back over here. Really. It's small, but you're welcome. We can also check out Ed's Pet World too. So whatever y'all want to do, you want to do Ed's Pet World on Sunday, because he is open on Sunday, and come here Saturday. I'm not prepared, but you're welcome. And might put a gravel vac and a bucket in your hand. I'm sorry, I got beside myself. Y'all were very welcome. I didn't anticipate it, but it's cool. It's in the background of my Dr. Thirsty Perth video, and I posted last week. Not my usual type of video, but was a salute to our Australian fish keeper friends. Okay, Daniel, I'm going to check that out. What did I miss, Gnarly? Tank busting plants. I like it. The reports I've heard has tied to guppies and bettas mostly, and both are known to get the disease. Plecos and cories, not so much. Down the wormhole, D is in the house. Hello, D. Just done with work. Waving. Hey, sweetheart. We will help you out with it all Saturday. I'll bring my personality with me. LOL. Well, this is not my meeting, okay? But I'm excited because I wanted to have a club meeting close that I could go to, because it's not easy for me to travel, even to Tennessee, even as close as Tennessee is to me. It's not easy for me to travel, even though I will be making effort to do so. I really do. Third Saturdays are my off Saturdays at the church, unless there's a funeral or a wedding. So they try not to schedule weddings, but you can't schedule a funeral too well. I oh, it's jumping again, guys. Let's see. I feed it to Goodiots, Corys, Wild Bettas, Mollies, Miscellaneous Barbs, Killies, and Moth Cats, etc. Ed's after the meeting then. Okay, Bob says to go to Ed's. Okay. You know what that means? Crazy party at Susan's house. I better tell Rod. He'll find some place to go. Oh, we can all sneak upstairs to the man room. Can you go to Ed's Saturday, Susan? I can make plans to go to Ed's. But Sunday, you know me, I'm busy Sunday morning. Sunday afternoon, I'm sleeping, and Sunday night, I'm busy. Monitor the issue with the mollies, blah, blah, blah. Yes, and the bettas, and they are good. They could get the disease. Thanks, Chewy, for answering his question. Actually, Ed's got a store. Oh, Fishkeeper Cole. Ed's, I know his store's name. I am terribly tired. It's Ed's Pet World here in Homewood. Yeah, we'll just trot over there and find a place to park. It's not good parking. How many vehicles are you bringing? I'm gonna get gills, Rose Aquatic says. I was talking about a physical building, Bob. Still pretty cool. Oh yeah, check out Rose Shrimp. Later, everyone, going to MTA. Yes, I'm sure he's live now. Thank you so much for everyone for coming over and joining us and being with me tonight. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics signing off for tonight. Hashtag fishfammom, touching lives one fish at a time. See you next time.